Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Okay, what we're going to be talking about today is the Oregon Measure 114. When I first initially found out about this, I really didn't look into it, okay? I just thought it was just another law that was being passed about, background checks and permits and this and that. And I'm like, all right, well, it just sounds like, the background checks and stuff like that we have to go through down here, which are, background checks, all right, fine. Having a permit, all right, fine. We're in a stand your ground state, that type of thing. All right, well, when it comes to the results, okay, there were 953,061 people that voted yes for this law to go into effect, but there were 925,252 people that voted no against this, okay? So when you really look into this, this is bad, okay? This is bad, but it's really bad for like your first responders, like your police, your military, okay? Not just your average citizen. It's bad. So to break it down for you, a community member, she actually wrote in and she's like, all the sales, all like the boomsticks and freedom seeds, okay, all the sales in this state will cease as of December 8th, okay? She said, I will be required, meaning she will be required to have an additional permit to purchase freedom seeds, boomsticks, okay, issued by law enforcement, and an additional live fire class by law enforcement. And law enforcement is not required by this law to provide these classes. And there is no permit process available to get this permit. So catch 22, right? So no way to purchase in our state at all. And all of the stores, all the gun stores, are closing their gun counters permanently. So this is really going to hurt like your small business owners, but also it's going to hurt stores like your sporting goods stores, like Rural King. Okay, they sell guns and stuff like that. Dick's Sporting Goods. Like all like the bigger guys. Okay, it's going to hurt them as well. So any magazine cover, that has like more than 10 rounds, all right, they may not be used for self-defense, even if it's on your personal property. So it can only be used at a range, okay? And if transported, it must be unloaded, transported separately, and locked up. Well, that's the same thing that it has to be here too in Florida. Okay, so like say, okay, you have your concealed, okay? You have to keep, like say, the actual gun in the glove compartment box, but you have to keep the magazine and your bullets and stuff like that in the trunk, locked up. Yeah, swear. That's how you have to do it here. Yeah, even though we're a stand your ground state, that's how you have to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they are illegal to purchase now too. So in Oregon, okay, so these laws also apply to all military and law enforcement personnel when they're off duty, even current officers. So it's a $6,250 fine. And she said, and I think it's a Class C felony. So law enforcement could lose their jobs if they're charged with this. How silly is that? It's extremely silly. You're a law enforcement officer, but now here comes a felony and a fine because you're carrying. You're a cop. You're supposed to carry. So her son, who is a Leo, all right, had to purchase all new magazines, and his department has 4 to 5 officers in their small town, and they're not staffed to provide permits or classes. And most sheriffs have voiced their non-support of this new law. But Oregon State Police, under the thumb of their shite show governor, will have to enforce this. So most out-of-state sellers must follow the laws of the state that a buyer resides in, per their laws, per the state that they live in law. Now, this, she said, is off the top of her head. I believe it is unconstitutional and will be contested as soon as it goes into effect. You can only hope, but it will take time and effectively destroy most gun dealers' businesses. Well, of course it's going to, because even, okay, this takes place, this is going to go into effect on December 8th. Even if it takes a month, 2 months, 3 months to, wipe this away or do away with this law, I mean, those are people's livelihoods, for small business owners and stuff like that. This is people's livelihoods. Gun sales are what keeps them afloat. That's it. Done. So Oregon is run by supermajority one party. It's 100% mail-in voting. Oh, yikes, 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 yikes. As long as one party is counting, the vote will always go their way, and there's no way to get the process changed. Even tried recall, and surprise, not enough signatures at counting time. Thank you. You know what? Thank you so much for explaining this to me, because honestly, I would not have been able to decipher, because I'll leave a link of everything that I found, okay? And it's like, it really scrambles your brain when you're trying to pick apart and find what's really going on with certain laws and stuff like that. And you're like, what? Sometimes you need things in layman's terms, but this is, it's an atrocity, and it's a tragedy that this would even be happening in the, the land of the free, home of the brave, you know what I mean? But it's what's happening. It's what's happening, and it stinks. It stinks to high heaven to think that a police officer, military, can catch charge and be fined for carrying when it's their, it's their right. But it's no longer their right because of Bill 114. It needs to be struck soon. But that's just my opinion. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.